What happens when raw power meets pure unpredictability? On one side, a Norway team powered by one of the deadliest goal scorers in world football. On the other, an Ivory Coast side built on speed, strength, and explosive attacking danger. This is not just another World Cup match. This is a collision of styles, a battle of discipline versus chaos. And in knockout football, chaos can be deadly. The FIFA World Cup 2026 has entered its most dangerous stage. Now every mistake feels bigger, every chance matters more, and every decision can change a nation's dream. That's why this match matters. Norway enters with growing confidence. For years, fans waited for this golden generation to deliver on the biggest stage. Now they finally have their chance. But Ivory Coast arrives with something equally dangerous. Momentum, belief, fearlessness. They know many expect Norway to control this game. That pressure creates opportunity, because underdogs thrive when expectations sit on the other side. Norway comes into this match carrying serious momentum. This team has evolved. They're no longer just talented individuals. They're becoming a dangerous unit. Their biggest strength is obvious: power in attack. Norway can hurt teams quickly. They combine direct passing with physical strength and intelligent movement. And when they attack with confidence, they become extremely dangerous. The midfield works hard to control transitions. The defensive shape stays disciplined. And once Norway finds rhythm, they become difficult to stop. But they are not perfect. There are moments when Norway struggles under intense pressure. When opponents press aggressively, mistakes can happen. And against explosive teams like Ivory Coast, that becomes dangerous, because turnovers in bad areas can punish you instantly. Ivory Coast enters as one of the tournament's most unpredictable teams. That makes them dangerous, very dangerous. They are athletic, aggressive, explosive, and perhaps most importantly, they thrive in chaos. Ivory Coast doesn't always need long spells of possession. They can strike in seconds. One turnover, one quick transition, one deadly finish. That's all it takes. Their pace in wide areas can stretch any defense. Their physicality creates problems in duels. And their confidence continues to grow. But there are weaknesses. Defensive concentration can sometimes disappear. Against elite attackers, small mistakes become costly. And against Norway, small mistakes could be fatal. For Norway, all eyes will be on Erling Haaland. He is the nightmare every defender fears. Powerful, clinical, relentless. He doesn't need many chances. Give him one opening, and the game can change instantly. Then there's Martin Odegaard. He is Norway's creative engine. Everything flows through him. His passing, his vision, his control. He dictates rhythm. For Ivory Coast, watch Sebastian Haller. Strong, smart, dangerous in the box. He can punish defenders physically and technically. Another key player is Simon Adingra. Fast, direct, fearless. He can create chaos in wide areas. And chaos is exactly what Ivory Coast wants. This match may be decided by one major battle: control versus transitions. Norway wants structure. They want possession, control, patience. They want to build attacks carefully and feed their dangerous front line. Ivory Coast wants something completely different. They want speed, fast transitions, direct attacks, aggressive pressing. That's what makes this tactical battle fascinating. If Norway controls midfield, they control the game. But if Ivory Coast turns this into an open battle, anything can happen. Set pieces could also become crucial. Norway has serious aerial power. Ivory Coast has physical strength. Dead ball situations may decide everything. Every major match has one defining moment. One moment where everything changes. In this match, the turning point may come in midfield. Who wins the midfield battle controls momentum. If Norway dominates possession early, they can control rhythm and force Ivory Coast backward. But if Ivory Coast wins early duels and creates transitions, Norway could face real trouble. That's the danger. One mistake, one counterattack, one finish. Everything changes. So how will this game play out? Expect intensity, Expect physical battles. Expect moments of pure drama. Ivory Coast has the tools to make this difficult. They have speed, power, danger in transition. But Norway has something extremely valuable: elite finishing. And in tight games, elite finishers make the difference. That could be the deciding factor. My prediction: Norway 2-1 Ivory Coast. A close game, a difficult game, but Norway's attacking quality may prove decisive. This is what makes World Cup football unforgettable. One team carries rising expectations. The other carries dangerous unpredictability. Norway wants to prove this generation is ready for greatness. Ivory Coast wants to shock the world. That's why this matchup feels so exciting. Control versus chaos. Discipline versus explosiveness. Structure versus unpredictability. And when those worlds collide, anything can happen. Now the biggest question is yours. Who wins this massive World Cup battle? Will Norway's stars deliver? Or will Ivory Coast shock the football world? Comment your prediction below.
I was walking through the shadows of a midnight town, carrying the weight of every dream that let me down. The streetlights whisper stories that nobody could hear, but I kept moving forward through the silence and the fear. Every scar became a map, every tear became a sign, leading me to places where the broken hearts still shine. Stars don't lie when the world turns cold. They light the way when you're losing hope. Through the darkest skies, through the longest night, you'll find your fire, you'll find your light. Stars don't lie, they never say goodbye. Keep your eyes on the sky. Keep your eyes on the sky. Oh, I met 1,000 strangers on this winding road. Some carried hope, some carried heavy loads, but every single heartbeat sang the same refrain. You could lose 100 battles and still rise again. Every fall became a lesson, every storm became a guide, showing me the strength I'd always carried deep inside. Stars don't lie when the world turns cold. They light the way when you're losing hope. Through the darkest skies, through the longest night, you'll find your fire, you'll find your light. Stars don't lie, they never say goodbye. Keep your eyes on the sky. Keep your eyes on the sky. When the thunder shakes the mountains and the waves are running wild, there's a voice inside your soul saying you were born to survive. Stars don't lie when the world turns cold. They light the way when you're losing hope. Through the darkest skies, through the longest night, you'll find your fire, you'll find your light. Stars don't lie, they never say goodbye. Keep your eyes on the sky. Keep your eyes on the sky. Oh. walking through the shadows of a midnight town, carrying the weight of every dream that let me down. The streetlights whisper stories that nobody could hear, but I kept moving forward through the silence and the fear. Every scar became a map, every tear became a sign, leading me to places where the broken heart still shines.